In previous video, we have seen how to set up the master repository and work repository in ODI using the Oracle technology. I will provide you the links of the video in description you can check out. In this video, we will mainly focus on the topology section. So we will focus basically on physical architecture, logical architecture and context and what is the relationship between all of these things. So let's get started. Suppose you have one database server and in this database server you have two different schema. One is raw schema and one is target schema, and you are going to use ODI as a ETL tool to develop some process to load the feed file data into the raw schema and apply some business logic and then push that data into the target schema. So basically you are going to use these database schema to develop your ETL processes. So in ODI you have to configure this physical schema first. So I will show you step how to set up these schemas in ODI. So log in ODI using ODI user and go to the topology section, and in physical architecture you can see here this technologies. So Oracle support this much of technologies where you can set up your physical schemas. So I will show you how to set up physical schema using Oracle technologies. So let me create the schema. So I've created this physical schema, raw schema and target schema in my Oracle database localhost. So let me show you how to add this in the topology section. Go to the Oracle and create new data server. Provide name for your data server. Instance or DB link, whatever you have. Username of your database. Password. And then you have to provide JDBC detail. And in JDBC you have to provide your host name, port 1521 in case of Oracle, ORCL is my service, and just save this, saying that please register at least one physical schema for your data server. Okay, we will register physical schema, not an issue. Just test your connection. Test. Okay, so it's saying the physical this data server is being created. Now you have to create physical schema under this. Select Oracle, click on this data server which is just being created and click on this new physical schema. Now you have to click on schema and you have to select your physical schema. So we have to first create our raw physical schema, which we have created over here, this one. Okay, now you have to select this work schema, so it's very important. So basically Oracle ODI needs some staging area where it creates work related tables, integration related table. So it is always preferred that create a separate work schema for ODI. So let me create a separate work schema for ODI. Okay, so I have created this separate work schema. This is ODI work schema where generally ODI create its staging related tables. Here you can see that this tables is being created on staging area. So I have selected this as ODI work. So as of now it is not showing over here because I have just created. So I will close this and I will create again. Okay, so first I have to select this raw schema and then I have to select this ODI work schema. Okay, now it's showing me it's showing me this work schema over here. Okay, so I have now save this. Okay, I will come to that point later. So as of now I've created this physical schema. Now I have to create my target and I've selected ODI work. Not an issue. I've created the target schema, physical schema, one more physical schema, which is my ODI work. Okay, so I have created three different physical schema under this database server. So I have created first a data server, which is ds underscore oracle underscore dev, for showing that let's say it's a development environment, and so I've created these three physical schema. Now in ODI you cannot directly access this physical schema. You have to create a logical schema under logical architecture. So I have to create a three different logical architecture. Before that I will tell you what it is required to create a logical architecture and what is the use of logical architecture. So in ODI there is a one thing which is called context. So context play a very important role while creating while mapping the connections. So suppose you have this same environment and another database server which is not a development, let's say it's your test environment, and your structure is same. So here your this three schema is same, but it comes under this database server which is test. So this is basically test.odi schema. This is basically test.raw schema, and this is test.target schema. This is dev.odi work, dev.target schema. Now you have created one context. Let's say you have created one context which is dev, and another one you have created context called test. Okay, so you have created a context which is dev, or created test. Context. Now you have to create logical schema. Now the point is you don't have to create separate logical schema, you just have to create three logical schema. One is for ODI work schema, one is for raw schema, and another one for your target schema. Your context will decide like which logical schema is pointing to which physical schema. Suppose this logical schema under dev context is pointing to this schema, but the same logical schema under test context is connecting to this physical schema. So this is basically a use of context. So same goes to this logical schema. In this context it is pointing to this raw schema. In this context it is pointing to this raw schema. Both are different database schema, lies on different database servers. So I'll show you how to create logical architecture. Just go to Oracle, new logical schema. Let's say I've created one ls ODI work schema, and in development context it is pointing to ODI work. ls raw schema, and in development context it is pointing to dev.raw schema. And the last one, I have to create logical schema for my target schema, and in development context I would like to point this logical schema to this physical schema. So I'm done with the logical schema creation. That's all for this video. You can check the physical schemas, whether the context is set or not. Okay, so it's showing that this physical schema, this logical schema in this context, this logical schema is pointing to this physical schema in this context, and this target schema is in this context is this logical schema. Okay, thank you for watching this video.